Happy Wednesday, everybody. My name's Beth and I'm from String Fix Guitar. I thought that I'd take a moment to come on and just talk a little bit about myself, what I'm doing, and answer some questions about equipment that I use and what I do. That being said, I'm not an authority on this sort of stuff. I'm sort of new to the technology. A lot of the stuff that I'm using now I've never used before, but I've been using it for probably about a year. Prior to that, before my business background, when I did music when I was younger, I was using very different equipment, which I loved, but it's a bit outdated now and a bit more difficult to use. If you have any suggestions of things I should mix up or things going forward, feel free to let me know. I welcome questions as well as some advice too. So a lot of my followers I've noticed don't know me, and they're not even from Australia. I love my Aussie followers and also my followers that are obviously from overseas and really do support me. I do appreciate that. But you wouldn't know anything about me, so I thought it's a good time to sort of talk about that. My background, for most of my adult life, I've been working in academics and education. I was managing some education facilities and I decided to open my own for students from prep to VCE, year 12, year 11, things like that, and also university, and some people getting into entrance exams for the police force and nursing and things like that. Whilst I was extremely passionate about it and I do love it, for me education has sort of been a very difficult industry since COVID, and also staffing was a major reason that I decided to move away from that and have a break from that for a while. Alright, so let's get into the fun stuff. So, I have a lot of guitars, one ukulele, a couple of mandolins, a couple of banjos, but I really do have the 4 main guitars that I use and that I absolutely love. So I'll show you what they are and what I use them for. So, first up, because I use it the most, is my little mini Maton. Now this guitar sleeps beside my bed, and pretty much all my practice, whether it be for electric guitar, acoustic guitar, or arranging songs, I do on this guitar. It's so easy to play and to work with, and it's always just there beside the bed without being in the way of anything. So I've had this for quite a while and it's my go-to baby. Although I rarely take it to gigs just because I prefer the sound of some of my larger guitars for that. Now my most popular, the one I take to most of my gigs, is this Silky Oak Thin Line Cole Clark, which I discovered at the Melbourne Guitar Show a couple of years ago, and it was instant love. I fell in love with this guitar. It's so sleek, the neck's incredible, and it just really resonates. I get so many compliments about it. It shows. Look at the back of it. Isn't that just gorgeous? I absolutely love it. So I'm going to be honest, this also stays beside the bed. Isn't it beautiful? I even love this here, the feedback buster, because it's actually a bit loose. It does spin, but if you're playing and you tap it, because it's loose, it sort of hits against the guitar and you get a really loud sound, and it barely looks like your hands moving. It's so easy to get that percussion effect from that. So that's my Thin Line Cole Clark. Now my only electric guitar is red. Now this is my Tally that I got quite a long time ago. My dad bought it for me when I was 16, and this is the only guitar I use for electric because it's the only guitar I have, but I absolutely love it because it's got the lace sensor pickups and they're noiseless. They're just fantastic, and I find that you can get, and a lot of people have noted this, a real Tele sound, or you can get quite a rock sound on it too, and the neck's just awesome. So I love this, and this has been with me the longest out of any guitars that I use today. So absolutely love Red, that's his name, for obvious reasons. Now, finally, my favourite Maton. I do have quite a few Matons. I do have a bit of a problem with gas, guitar acquirement syndrome. This one here. So this is my favourite Maton. It's fantastic to play and it sounds fantastic. The only thing is, I just find it's a bit wide for me in the body. I do have a Performer and things like that. It's a bit thinner, but I just don't like the sound anywhere near as much as this gorgeous guitar here. But I use this for recording sometimes. I bring it out to gigs as well. So they're my 4 top guitars. My gorgeous ragdoll, he's such a character and he absolutely loves guitar. Put you down, baby. Now, aside from cats, let's talk amps, amplification. So I have the 2 amps. So for acoustic, I use an AER Compact 60. It has a really natural acoustic tone, and it's just making it louder. Basically, I don't have to do anything too complicated to get a good sound. I had tried some other amps, but I just struggled. I found them metallic, or they sort of didn't sound like my guitar does unplugged. So I guess I like a really natural sound. I want the guitar to sound like an acoustic guitar, just louder. So that does that for me. For the electric, I use a Mustang Fender amp, and with that, it just comes with a foot switch, which is pretty cool because you can just do it all on your phone. So you can get preset sounds on there, you can organize your own, choose what you want. It's just really easy to use, and not knowing a lot about these things or being good at technology, it makes it easier for me. And for the acoustic effects, I have 4 pedals here. Now, I don't really use the, wrong end, Polytune, getting used to the camera, because I'm absolutely in love with this little guy. This D'Addario tuner here, you can recharge it. It's fantastic, so easy to use. So I just really find that I use that, so I don't really use the Polytune. I do use the octave, so this one is fantastic. It actually, you can choose a frequency and set it to your last couple of strings to make really thick bass sounds, and they really do fill up a space and make it sound like there's more than one instrument playing. So that's a real go-to for me. I absolutely love it. Next one is Hall of Fame, and that makes it, you can make a really big sound or just a bit of reverb. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with that one. And then the Strymon Twilight. This one is so amazing because it's so flexible, and it's even got an inbuilt looper. So there's not a lot you can't do with that. I generally only use the same 1 to 3 effects because it's a bit complicated. I have had someone try to show me more about it, but I'm getting there slowly. Hopefully I'll get there soon. I'll be able to do a few more things. So yeah, I think that's it. So I don't use a lot of equipment, mostly because I don't know how. Similar problem with my recording. I have had some people say, oh, you know, the quality is not that good. I just record my guitar videos through QuickTime, which is what I'm doing now. I don't know a lot about recording. Now that I do have a bit more free time, I hope to learn a bit more about that. And generally at a gig, if the song's being recorded for me, it's just on somebody's phone. So because it's live and you've generally got an audience, the sound isn't awesome. I did look towards, I do have a lot of original songs, doing some recordings last year, but I did become a little bit ill and I had surgery, had my gallbladder removed, and then had some complications and anemia. It's just sort of been this drawn out thing that's going on. But I'm feeling a lot better since my infusion a couple of weeks ago, and I really hope to get back onto finishing what of recording and release some original songs. In the meantime, I'm still playing all the songs that I'm arranging for acoustic and electric guitar, and I'm loving that. If you have any requests, let me know, because I always love arranging new songs. Every gig, I always release 5 new songs because I get a bit bored. So I like to mix it up a lot. But if you have something you think, I'd really like to hear that, whether it be on the electric or the acoustic, let me know and I'll give it a go. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.